interests you, that okay, this was a great way in which this person said it. Okay, try and repeat that in your mind twice.
Yeah,
Okay,
ma'am.
how
You're
did this
right.
person say? Try and frame a different sentence with that word or with that phrase in your mind. Make mental notes. If you cannot remember, use your phone. Quickly jot down what was the word. And later on, just give it a minute and see if you can make two different sentences with that word or with that phrase. So, the moment you hear a new word and you put it into practice for once or twice or thrice, it registers, and then try and use it when you are speaking. Deliberately try and use it,
Yeah, ma'am.
right? So,
You're right.
that's the way in which you can gain or acquire vocabulary.
Yeah, you're right, ma'am. And then gradually I will know the way of talking, replies, and in multiple way in a one sentence. Right.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. So I have one question. When you are going to attend any new sessions at that time, what kinds of thoughts comes into your mind while connecting with the new people? What kinds of decisions will comes out? Like these are excitement, yeah, these kinds of unpredictable thoughts also comes into your mind because I'm a beginner. I
Mm-hmm.
know, but you are
Mm-hmm.
the expert. So I just want to know exact situation of expert person. They also
Mm-hmm.
get like that.
Sure. So for me, when I am taking sessions these days, um, I am not, I'm not very, um, I don't anticipate that what is it going to be like. For me, it is mostly like I want to look at what are the positives that this person already has. And I also need to be able to look at the points where this person can improve, right? So for me, it is more like being able to catch the positives and being able to catch the improvement areas so that I can guide that person. And the biggest thing that goes into my mind is, you know, this person has taken up sessions with me, so it is my responsibility that by the end of the course or by the end of the sessions, there has to be a positive curve in this person's learning journey. So that's why when my learner is not putting in the effort, it really makes me feel very nervous that, okay, we are coming for the sessions. And then I feel that, my time is getting wasted, the learner's time is getting wasted, because if there is no effort or if there is no input from the learner, then there is not going to be any positive change. And that is something that makes me nervous, that okay, this person has invested money or this person is investing time and it is not going to benefit him or her, then that is something that makes me nervous. But other
Yeah,
than that,
ma'am.
I feel really excited to meet, new learners and new people.
Basically, ma'am, it's not your fault. This is the fault of learner because they are not putting effort by asking by expressing their problem exactly they want by knowing you, right?
I wouldn't
But you
even
are
say
giving your
fault.
best.
Yeah, I wouldn't even say fault, because some people feel that, it is very easy. If you take a mentor, you will master the language. But nothing in the world is easy, right?
Yeah, yeah,
For everything, you have to put in efforts, right? So people think YouTube or Instagram is very easy. It is not. Ask somebody who works on YouTube or who works on Instagram. It is a lot of hard work for even a 30-second reel that somebody is putting up, right? So once, people or learners start understanding that, then their learning journey would become so much easier. When you understand that it's not easy, that is when it becomes easier.
yeah, ma'am. You are right. And it's still the biggest problem as I consider the beginner has the way they have a thought. It's a biggest
Mhm.
problem behind the learner because it's
Yes,
up to us what way we are watching the things around us,
correct.
observing, and which way we are practicing. It's really matter a lot.
Yes.
If the change, if they are starting to changing their mentality, the way they watching things around us, it's a
Mm-hmm.
totally matter a lot in their life to having a very soon result, according to me. And
That is.
as you mentioned, ma'am, as a communication skills and learning, it is a really different because communication skills as I consider, by understanding the humans, right?
Mm-hmm.
Without completing their sentence, we have to know exactly what they want to express us,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Not even that. Communication is a mix of a lot of things put together, right?
Yeah,
Uh, Spoken English is the words that you use. How is
yeah,
it that you are speaking? Communication is those words plus how are you expressing yourself. The how part comes into communication. So that's why you would see often, like, when it comes to promotions or when it comes to a higher ranking job, right? A lot of people who can speak English, right? But still they are not getting those promotions or not getting into that level. Or even if you watch IAS, IPS interviews on YouTube, there are a lot of interviews that are available that you can see on YouTube, right? You will see people are speaking English, but still they're not getting selected. Why? That is where the communication part comes in. How is it that you are expressing yourself to others? So communication would include how you communicate, words that you use. Communication will also include your body language, your facial expression, your way you are answering questions, and empathy for others. If you are, you know, communicating in a negative manner or a positive manner, all of those things put together, becomes the communication part of it.
yeah, ma'am. Like it's according to you, like appearance, it would be looking a very convenient around the person, even customer. They can be
Mm-hmm.
satisfied by having our actions, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is
Right.
called communication skills. By putting the better appearance, so the customers can be satisfied by
Mm-hmm.
listening their convenient explanation about any product, right?
Correct.
And
Yeah.
they starting firstly like accepting their all term and condition with approval from their own side. That is
Yes.
mean communication skills.
Yes,
You're
it's a
right,
part of
ma'am.
communication, right?
And as I experience in my life, by convincing any learner with
Mm-hmm.
positiveness, with
Mm-hmm.
realizations, like you are going to comfort first that learner, okay?
Right.
Like you are going to realize that person, like don't worry, I am with you now, and you can expect for having all the answer as you want from me.
Mm-hmm.
That is mean communication skills, right, ma'am? As
Yes,
I
that's
consider,
also a part
basically
of
I'm not an expert, right?
Yes, that is
But
also a part of communication.
yeah. So like without like basically learner already have been getting hesitation, nervousness while connecting with the any person, expert person. So it is
Mm-hmm.
our responsibility to giving relievings, like getting
Absolutely.
giving comfort internally and giving
Mhm.
freedom to asking anything else, whatever they
Right.
want to ask. Right.
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
So that way the beginner can get the freedom by expressing their all feeling, right,
Mm.
in better
Yes.
manner without showing hesitation, fumbleness, or etc. Right, ma'am?
Absolutely. So, whenever you are mentoring someone or coaching someone, right, it is very important to first gain their trust. Because if your learner cannot trust you, if your learner feels that you are always scolding them, or if you are never listening to what their problem is or what is it that they want to say, then the learner will not feel comfortable with you. And if they're
Yeah,
not comfortable, then that's going to be a problem in their learning journey. So, for any mentor, it is very important to first make that rapport with your learner where your learner is comfortable and they trust you so that they can talk about their problems, their feelings, what is stopping them or what is their biggest fear in their learning journey. If they cannot discuss all of these things with you, then it's not going to be a very successful journey for you as a mentor for that person. So
yeah,
that's
ma'am.
why for anybody who wants to mentor, these are very basic things that needs to be kept in mind.
You are right, ma'am. That's why I'll always by connecting with the learner, first my work is that to making comfortable all of the learner, becoming
Mhm.
familiar with them, so the people can openly express self, whatever they
Right.
want to ask, yeah, whatever problem they have. Okay,
Right.
I can be relate all the matter in detail, so beginner can get some confidence and removing their hesitation this way. Right.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yes.
ma'am. Okay, ma'am. So I have a lots of questions for asking you, but can I ask you, ma'am?
Okay, sure. We can do one more.
Okay. Like I'm very curious by knowing like exact situation of yours. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's a really familiar of all the learner, but yeah, or your situation it would be different when you start to learning spoken English. Like the
Mm-hmm.
problem comes into the beginner mind, like how can be accumulating vocabulary and how would I transforming sentence relatively of my vocabulary which I accumulating before time through any
Mm-hmm.
sources. So these are problem had you been facing in your initial days? Yeah,
So
the
for
way
me,
you used that was different.
mm-hmm. So for me, initially, to be honest, I was fortunate enough to not face that problem because I was from an English medium school. So throughout my schooling, I was very interested in the English language. I loved the English language, and I'm from ICSE board. So there is a lot of focus on English, right? But learning to write English or having excellent grammar is not equal to your spoken English. That was the problem that I faced, right? So even though I scored, like in my ISC, I scored around 87 or 88 in English, but when I went to college, that's when I had to full-fledged speak in English, right? And that is when the hesitation came in, and I realized that, okay, just knowing grammar or just knowing how to write in English does not help. You need to be able to have confident and fluent conversations. So my focus then turned to how to improve my spoken English journey, and that is when I started building on, my speaking skills by the different methods that I told you earlier. And vocabulary again was the same method that I told you earlier. That whenever I used to listen to a word, I would often try to jot it down, try and make sentences in my mind, try and use it in different forms. And also I would sometimes I would just Google that, okay, this is the word, how many different kinds of sentences can I make with it, right? So again, reading through them, that helped me to get an idea that, okay, this is how this word can be used in a sentence. So putting in that little effort from my side helped me in building on my vocabulary and working on my fluency.
Yeah, ma'am, that's a great. Because as
Mm-hmm.
I observed in a beginner, what kinds of problem they have been facing, why they are unable to transforming sentence what they collected before as vocabulary, because they have gotten a lots of fear,
Mm,
nervousness. So their intention will be there, not their
correct,
vocabulary. Because without keeping your mind to be relaxed, you can't address that you
correct,
collected before to making sentence relatively
correct.
of that matters. So this is
Mm,
the biggest problem behind the beginner. That's why I always prefer my opinion to all of them. First, you have to just make yourself happy, because
mm,
happily if you talk to any person your mind will be relaxed, and that
correct,
way easily you can address that kinds of vocabulary which you
mm,
remember, and that is the
right.
biggest reason to forget out because your nervousness can cure your mind. Right.
Correct, correct. It is very important to keep in mind that, learning English or any other language for that matter, it's just a journey. And if there are thousands of people around the world who are able to do it, even you can do it, right? So it's very important to let go of your fear. That's why I said the second step is to work on your mindset. Let go of your fear, understand why it is important, and take it up as a challenge that, if so many other people can do it, even I can do it. So being positive throughout your journey is definitely the most important thing that you spoke about.
Yeah, ma'am, you're right. As I already mentioned you before time, ma'am, what way you think it's really matter a lot. Change
Mm-hmm.
your mentality, the way you think, the way you think things around you, it's really matter a lot. By
Right.
considering as a people or expert, it's okay. You just
Mm,
satisfied, like you just proved yourself, like
correct.
giving your certification, like obviously that people will talk the way
Mm-hmm.
you they know, and your
Mm-hmm.
way is a very different to them. So
Mm-hmm.
you just express yourself in your way and just let it all the person other people they should be expressing self in their own manner. So why there is no
Absolutely.
requirement of having fear and low confidence, like because every people are different. Obviously, they will have a different way of expressing self, right?
Right. Yes.
There is no point of view having hesitation, nervousness by considering that people can be expert more than me, right?
Mm. Correct, of course. Everybody is unique, and we just all we need to do is accept that everybody is unique and be on our own journey. So, what I keep telling my learners, or mostly, whenever somebody is asking me, I keep saying this, that, you should never consider somebody else as your competition. Your competition should be with you, who you were
Yourself.
yesterday. Try to be a better person today than what you were yesterday. That should be your
Yeah.
biggest goal and your biggest, competition in life.
Yeah, ma'am. As I consider, your thought is the biggest enemy of you. That will
That.
stopping you many of time. That
Mm-hmm.
will putting a various kinds of negative thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it will never allow you to do any action towards your goals and thinking different. So
Mm-hmm.
first you remove your negativity thoughts from your mind. Okay, try to change your mentality. All these things will be settled during
Correct.
time.
True. That
Right,
is
ma'am?
true. Yes.
Yeah, ma'am. So
Okay.
I don't have any questions.
I think it was a lovely and a very detailed discussion that we had today, right, Chandan? And I would definitely look forward to meeting you one more time in future, definitely. And yeah, if you have anything else before we wrap up.
Yeah, ma'am. Sorry, I couldn't ask you one thing. I just
Mhm.
want to get feedback from you.
Uh-huh.
Okay, about me. Yeah, please.
Sure, sure. So, Chandan, what I felt is, you are trying really well in framing very composed kind of sentences, which are good. You are using some good words. Few things that you can still work on is clarifying your pronunciation a little bit and working on your small grammar errors that you are making, right? Like your tenses. Mainly, the issue is tenses where you are using ing where it is not needed, or you are using a past tense word where it is not needed. So, those are very small things, and if you pay a little more focus on that, you can definitely improve that. And I really like the way that you speak in a very calm and composed manner with very well articulated words. So just pay a little more attention to the pronunciation and you would sound great.
Thank you, ma'am. Really,
You're most
because I
welcome.
ever, excited to connect with the expert person by knowing exact situation of mine, like exact
Right?
level of mine.
Yes, yes, of course. So I wish you all the very best for your channel and for your spoken English journey, both.
Yeah, ma'am. Thank you. And again, I would like to connect with you, ma'am. Ever, if you
Absolutely.
get time, you must give me.
Sure,
Okay,
sure.
ma'am.
Absolutely. I would love to connect with you again. And thank you so much for having me over, Chandan.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. So,
All
bye.
right.